Well, folks, there's only one thing you can do at a time like this. It's time to nut up or shut up. I have this hat, by the way. I picked it up at a fair one year, and I almost never wear it. Seemed appropriate for this one though. The Zombieland 2 Double Tap. Saw it last night with Carrie. We both really liked it. She's not going to join me for review because she doesn't do the reviews with me, and that's fine. But ultimately, it was a good time. It's a lot more of the same that you got with the first one, but there's a little bit of expansion, not like in-depth character development, but that's not what you're getting. You're getting these quirky characters working off each other. There's a bit of a story, like some story to it. A lot of it revolving around Abigail Breslin more than anything else, disappearing on them, and then you see that in the trailer, meeting a boy from Berkeley. And of course the girl you see, Madison. Yeah, the new additions, Rosario Dawson. Yeah, she's in there. So, and you can add Rosario Dawson to anything. You could add her to Garbage Pail Kids, and the movie would be slightly better just because she's in it, or at least classier because she's in it. Maybe not better quality wise, but classier for sure. But look, I can't really go much into it without like spoiling too many jokes. I'm not going to do that. I will say a few things though right off the bat. First off, definitely the Luke Wilson and Silicon Valley guy. That whole scene with them is hilarious, and particularly because it kind of ends where it ends. They're not in the movie a lot, but they make it. They are used well, I would say. Woody Harrelson is. I heard a great quote, I heard a great comment. Is that, and Woody Harrelson's great, as I was about to say, is that these guys could do these roles in their sleep, and that's not saying that they're sleepwalking through the film. It means that these roles just come naturally to these actors, and you see that with these characters. And I would love if we got a third one. Honestly, I don't know if we will. We might. It all depends on how well this one does. But I'm glad we got this around Halloween time. Really glad we're getting that. Couple things though I will say didn't make sense. Like they introduced the concept of new types of like branched off zombies, pretty much like breeds of zombies. So you get like the homers, which are the dumb fat ones usually. You get the Hawkings, based off of Stephen Hawking, which are actually intelligent. You get the ninjas, which are silent and can just show up. Then you get the T-800, which are based off the Terminator. And we see a lot of the T-800s. Like they're the main bad zombies now. Like they're the big bad zombies. We see a Homer here or there. We even see a Hawking outside of their intro. But we never see a ninja at all. We never see that in there. So I'm like, why did you bother introducing that if there was no point of... I mean, there's one scene where they're being attacked where a zombie does show up randomly. So I'm wondering if that was supposed to be a ninja, but they just didn't illustrate that very well. It's a moot point, but whatever. One thing I will say right at the bat, I'm like, oh, no, send me with the zombies. I'll deal with the zombies. F this. Basically, Abigail Breslin, you see in the trailer where she meets up with a guy named from Berkeley as he's called. And he's this hippie pacifist and all that. And they get rid of the Beast, which has this Gatling gun on it because it's too capitalist. I'm like, you need to die. And they reach Babylon, which is a safe haven, which like people live and it's peaceful. Great. Just no weapons allowed. Well, okay. I can understand it. Check your weapons out. There's no weapons allowed. And then it occurred to me, wait, no weapons allowed at all? Like you don't have any weapons? And they melt their guns down. And they're all basically it's a hippie commune. It's like free love. It's like, no guns, no group sex. That was the rule. I'm like, okay. And they're like, all right, fine, group sex. You freaking hypocrite. If you can have group sex, you can have guns. Get the guns back in here, or otherwise you'll get a bunch of T-800 charging right at you because you're having off a giant light show of fireworks and noise to attract them. Oh, wait, that's what actually happens. How these people have lived this long in this commune, I have no idea. Like, they are dumbasses. Straight out does like, do you know how to fight? Yeah, for women's rights, this and this. Yeah, guns? No, we'll fight them. Okay, you're gonna die first. It's like, seriously, how did these people survive? Like, they said that I have to melt my guns down in a zombie-infested apocalypse with super zombies, I'm going to take my chances with the super zombies. Besides that, there's no way I'd want to live in that freaking commune. They're too millennial. Look, technically, by all accounts, I am a millennial. I am in the legitimate definition of the millennial in terms of when you were born. I fall into the category of millennial. However, around the early 2000s, going into the mid 2010s, millennial, and I will always advocate for this, because this is honestly what I truly believe. Being a millennial stopped being about when you were born. It started being about how you acted. And it's about like avocado toast and free love. Stop war, not violence. It's like, peace is better than, peace is better than violence. Like, we can talk this out. Fight for women's rights. Don't fight with your fists and all that. I'm just packing hugs. And it's like, look, I'm sorry. And I don't advocate for violence, but there are scenarios, believe it or not, that actually call for at least some level of physical action, i.e. violence. If a guy were to make a move on my girlfriend, I would first say, like, dude, back up. And then if he kept coming, I'm like, dude, I'm warning you, back up. I don't want to have to hurt you, but I will. But if you keep if you go after my girl one more time, I'm going to put you in your place. And if he tries to, cop a feel or anything like that, I would take a swing at him. Or I would, put him in an arm lock or something to get the point across. Like, don't touch someone else's girl, let alone my own. There are times where violence is actually necessary. Now, the degree is debatable, obviously, but there are times where it's necessary. And how these freaking little hippies, and I have no issue with hippie. It's kind of like how Tallahassee says it in the trailer. It's like, I have nothing against hippies. I just really kind of want to beat the shit out of them. I'm like, I just want to beat the ever-loving piss out of these people. Oh my God, they are so stupid. Like, how did you manage to exist this long? We don't even know how long they existed, frankly. It's implied it's a while because it's clear it took a while to set this up. Did they have to kill zombies while they were setting it up? Or was this kind of already set up and they just kind of remodeled it? How did they get to even build this given their pacifist ways? Oh, God. So, one of the other new characters, Zoe Dush, played Madison, basically like typical dumb Valley Girl blonde. And she's a lot left. There's a scene involving her, and I'm not going to say what exactly it is, but it's a scene where they part ways temporarily. They meet back up later in the movie, but I'm not going to explain how that is. But they lead you to believe it's one way, but I'm immediately putting the pieces together in my head, watching how the scene played out. I'm like, okay, no. And I lean over to Carrie and I'm like, no, this is what happened. And she's like, oh, I bet you're right. And sure enough, I was right. I'm like, called it. Overall, though, it's a good time. It's a damn good time, honestly. If you are a fan of the first one, you will definitely like this one. And I've actually seen people who like the first one, fine, who actually like this one better than the first one. So it's got a solid review right now on Rotten Tomatoes. Not that I put as much stock these days on Rotten Tomatoes, but it's still a basis of measurement. The critics are still giving it a 65%. So that's still good. That's still really good. Unfortunately, Maleficent, which I'm seeing tomorrow, only got a 40%. So, but until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you folks next time. Have a good one, and remember to nut up or shut up.